Cool. Okay. Welcome to Pod Talks, guys. Every Wednesday we all meet on this program to discuss some topics regarding the fitness world and stuff like that. Today is the 11th of September. And what we're going to be talking about, guys, is weight loss and how to make your weight loss journey easier, things you might be doing wrong and mistakes you're making at the moment, and then how to overcome the common pitfalls. Okay. So here's where we should be starting. These are your must-haves, and if you're not doing this currently, then I really suggest that you start doing them. And if you are doing them, well done to you. You'll be able to move on a lot quicker. As always, guys, if you've got any questions, chuck them in the Zoom chat throughout the call, and I'll get round to them. Okay, so you've got four things here. We have got steps, we've got calories, we've got exercise, and we've got protein. If you're not currently upping your steps, you're missing out on a lot of calories burned in a day. 10,000 steps is roughly 500 calories, okay? So if you're not doing them, that's the easiest way for you to burn calories throughout the day. Your daily calories, you should be tracking calories at this point. You've all been on this program for over a week now. So if you are not tracking your calories currently, then get the hell on it. And if you're unsure on how to, then message and ask the questions. And I'll even go through it on this call if you really want. Protein, some of you might not have been introduced to this yet, and that's absolutely fine. Some of you, if you know you should be doing your protein, then if you're not, then you definitely need to. This is the fundamentals for fat loss, not weight loss. We're talking about losing fat here. We're not talking about just losing weight. We can all lose weight. We can go and sit in a sauna for an hour. We can lose some water weight, but we're trying to lose fat. Protein will make sure you maintain your muscle and help build your muscle as long as you are doing the next point, which is gym work. If you're doing some form of gym work, whatever it is, you're going to maintain your muscle, and that's the key, okay? So these are the four non-negotiables, and at this point, you should have, they are must-haves, and if you're not doing them currently, then I would sit here and think, ask yourself a question, why aren't I doing them currently, and how can I start doing them? Steps, calories, protein, gym. They are the four non-negotiables, okay? Just put a 2 in the Zoom chat if you're following along with that. If you're on this call and you legitimately have a reason not to put things in the Zoom chat, that's fair enough. But if you're on this call, then take part in it, guys. Don't just coast through it. And Emma will get to that question because we're going to cover that. So... And for the record, Em's question is, if we have an evening out, how do we work out calories to stay in a deficit? Okay. And we'll come to that. So here's some pictures. You're going to be thinking, why the hell, Dan, have you put a picture of a bank on your screen? I thought this was a weight loss talk. Effectively, this is perfect for what Em's just asked. We're going to start doing a thing called calorie banking. A lot of you, and I'm sure lots of you, do have busy social lives, whether that's eating out, whether that's weekends away, whether that's meals out with friends, whatever it is, I'm sure there's going to be times when you go off plan. And in the past, the diets you've done, maybe you've gone off plan and that's it. Kaput, game over, can't keep up with the keto diet, can't keep up with this. This is where this is different. We're going to start calorie banking. So start thinking of your calories as money. If you've effectively got £1,000 to spend across 7 days and you go and blow it all on day one, then the rest of the week you've got to suffer a little bit. And it's similar with your calories. If you know you've got a calorific weekend coming up, for example, we're never going to be able to guess exactly what it is when we're out. And I don't want you to try, because honestly, you don't want to be that person sitting there over your dinner going, oh, is this, and this? You're never going to guess it. So don't even try. Start saving some calories throughout the week. Let's say we're going out to the pub on Friday night and maybe it's 6 or 7 pints, whatever it is. That's an example. I know roughly 6 or 7 pints. Well, we're looking at maybe a 3,000 calorie evening, maybe more. Okay, so across the week, I'm going to save some calories. I'm going to try and save 300, 400 a day. And I'm going to stack them up leading up to it, maybe for 5 days. 5 times 4 is 2,000. Then after my event, I'm then going to save some more calories throughout. I'm going to try and save a few hundred on the next day, and the next day. And that's how I will be able to still have a social life, still enjoy myself when I'm out, because there's nothing worse than going out, not enjoying yourself and not drinking what you want to drink, not eating what you want to drink, but still stay on track. Of course, your weight the day after you've drunk is going to be heavier because it's weight, but it won't be body fat. As long as you're calorie banking and saving calories throughout, then this is your way to go around this. Just pop a free in a Zoom chat if that's making sense. If you've got a question, just please put it in there, guys. But that's how to go about it. Don't try and sit there counting your calories while you're out. Don't be that person. I've been that person, but it's not a fun thing to do. Don't do it. And you can also, in that week leading up, you can slightly up your steps. You can move a little bit more. You can try and burn a little bit more. And if you do that, you can navigate weekends very, very easily. Okay, we're going to move on to the next point. I'm hoping that's all made sense. If it hasn't, just let me know. The next thing is water, guys. This is something else that if currently you're struggling with your appetite suppressing or something like that, this is going to be your best friend again. Water is so key for weight loss. Our bodies absolutely love it. That's number one. But number two is if you want to start learning how to control your hunger and stuff like that, you need to start learning whether it's thirst or whether it's hunger. In our brain, our body releases the same signal when we're thirsty and when we're hungry. So effectively, we don't know which is which. A little tip, every time you get hungry, drink one of these, drink a glass of water. And then once you've done that, wait 10, 15 minutes. If you're not hungry or not feeling that feeling that we get when we're hungry, it was thirst. If you're still hungry, go and eat something. It's hunger. That's how we need to clearly start distinguishing. Is it hunger or is it thirst? Which one is it? And this is also your best friend. Before every meal, if I'm trying to be in a calorie deficit, a pint of water, and it will reduce how much you want to eat, because we've got that mixture between hunger and that's how we can control our portion sizes again. So this is just a little tip that I'd massively recommend you start doing, and it will massively start helping you with your fat loss and your weight loss. Just pop a 4 in the Zoom chat if you're following along. And if you're not following along, then ask the question like I said last week, guys. No question is stupid. All questions are good. Just Martin and Chloe currently. Okay, we're going to move on to alcohol. A lot of you maybe in the past, and I've been definitely guilty of this, is completely cutting out alcohol or things we enjoy. I put alcohol on here. It's the easiest example, but this could be chocolate cake, this could be cookies, this could be whatever. I'm not fussed what your guilty pleasure is. Stop cutting it out completely, okay? If you're cutting it out completely, you're setting yourself up to failure. It's not going to maintain. We've all got our things that we really enjoy in life. Some people's it's sugar, some people it's alcohol, etc. Stop completely writing things out of your diet, because ultimately once you get to your goal, or once you get near to your goal, you'll reintroduce it and you'll put the weight back on. Start learning how to lose weight while still enjoying yourself. Start still enjoying your alcohol, your cookies, or whatever. If it fits the calories, you can have it. No food is bad. There is just a bad combination of food, which is also known as a diet. Just put in the Zoom chat, no bad food if you're following along. And if you are unsure what I mean by that, then ask the question. There is no bad food, just a bad combination of food, which is also known as a diet. That chocolate is not going to make you put on weight. That biscuit is not going to make you put on weight. That beer is not going to make you put on weight or fat or whatever we want to call it. But a combination of beers, chocolate, biscuits is going to make you put on weight. A little way to navigate this: the cookies, the chocolates are really easy to get into your diet, and you can still do that whilst in a calorie deficit. But the alcohol always a good thing when you're going out. And a little tip is mixers, go for Coke Zeros, stuff like that, Diet Coke, that sort of thing. 0 calories, reduces it massively. If you can pick lower beers, or Prosecco is great versus white wine and red wine, that's always a good mix. And if you can, don't do it all night because you get really drunk probably, but go to spirits because there's always lower in calories than the others. Okay, and the last little thing is schedule some form of cheat day or some form of reward. Too many people, I see it, that they're in this calorie deficit for forever and ever and ever, and they never really get out of it because they're never going to be quite satisfied with your weight, because I don't think anyone ever is completely, and they might be in the future, they might look back at it and go, I was in great shape there, but at the time they probably wanted to be a little bit slimmer, a little bit more toned and that kind of thing. Start scheduling in a cheat day, something to reward your progress, something to go out, enjoy yourself, not to worry about the food or whatever. And make it a cheat day, make it a cheap meal, whatever you want to call it, a dinner out. I'm not fussed what you call it, but start scheduling it in and stop restricting yourself completely. Just put a 5 in the Zoom chat if that makes sense, and then I'm going to come to some questions. And all of these things that we've talked about, and if we scroll through, the steps, the calories, the protein, the workouts, the calorie banking, the water, the enjoying yourself and not cutting stuff out, that in having something to look forward to will lead to long-term success. And those are the things you need. And if you have all of them and you use all of them, you will get a long-term result in weight loss. I can guarantee. There's no way you don't. They're all the tools that you need to lose any amount of weight, if that makes sense. Calories, steps, protein, and workouts. The water is a great way to restrict your hunger. Your calorie banking is a great way to still enjoy yourself. Still eating things you like, make it long term. And a cheat day makes it something to look forward to. And if you're doing all of that, then you can't go wrong. Okay. And here's the thing, and I say this every single call, it's going to be hard. And at times you'll want to quit, you'll want to stop, you'll want to say, fuck it, I've had enough, I'm going to go and get a massive chocolate cake or whatever it is. But that's the time to reach out into the community. And some of you have done it really, really well in the last week. I'm loving the fact that Chloe put in there today about breakfasts after a chat with me. Like, I really like seeing people ask the questions. No question is stupid. Remember that, guys. Like, there's no question that is stupid at all. And you're not alone on this journey. In the past, you've done it on your own. But this time, you're doing it with people who are doing the same thing as you, and someone who knows how to get you from A to B. So really reach out. And when you're on these calls, this is your time to ask as many questions as possible. Don't go shy on these calls. Ask the calls. Don't go and make your dinner while you're on this call. Get involved and ask the questions, because if you ask them, you will get the result. So effectively, what we're going to do with the remainder 15 or so minutes is what Pod Talks is all about. It's an open room. I want you to ask questions and talk to me about your biggest struggles. I will go around the room, but if you've got questions or biggest struggles, feel free to put them in the chat now. You put one in there. How often should we schedule a cheat day? I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a meal a week where you enjoy yourself, kind of thing, because you can calorie bank for it, kind of thing. You can do extra steps, that kind of thing. But a full-on day, why not every couple of weeks, kind of thing, just to really enjoy yourself? Why not? What I'm going to do is check if there's any other questions, and then I'm going to come around the room. I'm going to go to Martin. I think he's just asked a question anyway, so I'll get you to unmute mine and then ask that question for me.
Yeah, hi mate, you're right. Yeah,
yes,
just
mate, you.
really, what's the sort of recommended volume of water per day? Really?
Okay. So there's a lot of different bits out there, and honestly, there's no particular number that
Okay.
It's perfect. But my suggestion to you and what I've done, and it really, really helps me, is I make sure I have a pint with every meal.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I tend to get hungry at those like the danger times, the 11 o'clock, the 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then maybe like the 8 o'clock at night. And I'll try and do like a pint then.
Okay.
It's never caused me any issues, and it's always helped me stay really hydrated, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I try and pair my water with something, so then I do it. Because if I just tell myself I need to drink more water, it doesn't happen. But if,
Okay.
when I do a task, I associate it with water. So breakfast is always pint of water with breakfast. Lunch is pint of water with lunch. Dinner is pint
Yeah.
of water. And I might still have a Coke with that. That's fine. But I always have the water as well. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
What's your other question? Any other questions?
No, that was the one. That was the one I typed in as well.
Perfect. While you're here, what's the biggest struggle right now?
I don't really. It's just been the exercise, just more because of the injury, really. But
Sure.
yeah, slowly getting back into it and just kind of doing what I can as much as I can, really, and hopefully just work back up to getting on it full whack, so to speak.
Perfect. Awesome. Lovely stuff. Okay. Julie,
Hi, yeah,
how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Dan.
Awesome. No worries. Have you got a question at all?
Yeah, so I typed a question with, so like on cheat days, and you obviously go over your calories by sort of roughly how many do you go over to sort of keep it within range of getting them back? Or doesn't it matter?
It doesn't really matter if you think about it. Like let's say the cheat day. What's an example of the cheat day? Give me an example.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Like an afternoon of drinking, for example.
Yeah, evening, yeah,
Yeah,
afternoon,
an
yeah.
evening, afternoon, whatever. So like if that was me and I was going to navigate it, maybe I would skip breakfast and do a brunch.
Right, okay.
So then you're saving a little bit there, but then I wouldn't worry what I do when I'm out. And if I drink far too much than I expected, that's not a problem. And if I drink less, then that's a win as well. I wouldn't
Yeah, okay.
even worry about it, kind of thing. I'd have what I want. I'd enjoy what I want. And for sure, if there's an option on the menu and I'm getting food as well, and there's an option I fancy both, and one's slightly better than the other, then maybe I'll take the better option, kind of thing.
Yeah, desserts as well would be the thing.
For sure. I mean, get the dessert.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
skip the starter, but honestly, if you do the work leading up to the event and after the event, then it really doesn't matter.
Okay, great, thank you.
No worries at all. M.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Have you got any other questions? You've asked a couple already, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they've pretty much been answered. So,
Awesome. And biggest struggle at the moment?
I think it's just hunger, but I'll probably just try and I do drink a lot of water,
Yeah.
but I think, I don't know, maybe drinking more because I am slightly hungry.
Would you say you
but I
know
need,
the difference between
enough.
hunger? Would you say you know the difference between hunger and thirst?
I'd like you say, I do drink like a liter before and after because I'm just generally thirsty, like as a person.
How early before?
Well, probably like straight before.
Okay, try drinking like a pint like 20 minutes before,
Okay.
and then see how that affects your hunger.
Okay, will do.
Okay, cool. Chloe, we're rattling through them tonight.
Hello.
Hello. Have you got a question at all?
No, I think they've all been answered, so I'm all good.
That's good. And what's your biggest struggle at the moment?
Steps.
Yeah.
And not hunger, but cravings.
Cravings.
I'm not
okay.
hungry, but it's like getting used to having less food.
Okay, so what do you crave?
Oh, just anything. Junk food, chocolate, McDonald's, crisps, anything that's naughty, but I'm trying to have a little bit of it, calorie count it, and then yeah. So I'm still having a bit of it, but just not loads, not what I would normally eat.
And so is it that you crave the food,
No,
Or-
it's I'm a problem is I'm a binge eater. I'm quite open. I suffer with depression. When I
Mhm.
get down, I binge eat, and that's the problem. It's just
Okay,
breaking
so
this cycle of
for
I'm
sure,
not hungry, but
you associate food with that feeling of feeling rubbish, and that's really, really
yeah,
common.
yeah,
And a lot
yeah,
of those foods are quite high in sugar content or something like
yes,
that, because they give you that boost.
yeah,
Now, I think what I would suggest to you is to find some foods that have still got that sugar content but are lower in calories that you
yeah,
can now reassociate with when you don't feel so good.
yeah,
You know, like when someone feels tired or something like that, we associate and maybe have a coffee kind of thing. So now we need to
oh
start
yeah,
finding you different foods. So I would say your challenge for you over the next week is to find
yeah,
some desserts or something like that that you really enjoy,
yeah,
that you can now start to reassociate that feeling.
yeah,
Okay. And
yeah,
that's something, a really, really good point, Chloe, that a lot of people find tricky, is that they need to start reassociating foods with different things. Okay.
yeah,
You don't want to just obviously go back to old habits when programs stop or whatever, but
yeah, yeah,
start finding foods to reassociate. You know, some people eat when they're
yeah,
happy, some people eat when they're sad, some people eat through different feelings, and that's fine. But let's find foods to eat that can help you still stay on track. Have you got any other
yeah.
questions?
No, no, that's all good. I'll try,
Awesome.
definitely try that. That's a good idea.
Let's do it. Maya, let's come to yourself. See if you can get it to work this week.
Hello?
Hello, I
Is
can
it
hear
on?
you.
Oh, great.
Awesome. What's your biggest struggle at the moment?
Some extra exercises, I think. I've been doing the steps, but I
Okay.
don't know in the evening if I can up my metabolism type, get my heart rate up. I don't know what else to do.
Okay. And is the exercise in order to burn more calories? Is that how you're seeing that, or are you looking at it from a strength point of view?
Strength, really.
Okay, so that's fine. You've just started doing one session a week, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so firstly, baby little steps, because you've just started calorie counting, you've just started doing protein, you've just started doing steps, you've just started doing a session. Then after a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, then let's definitely look at adding something else. The important thing to realize, and for everyone on here, is that the exercise isn't going to boost much of our metabolism. The weights for sure are going to help you burn calories, but in the scheme of it, burning calories through exercise is honestly like 5% of it. And I'll
All right.
send a little graph out for you to explain this, and I'll leave a little voice note in the chat. But effectively, the exercise is massive for strength, and the more muscle you build, the more your metabolism will burn. But doing like sweaty stuff and heart rate stuff isn't the way to like burn loads and loads of calories. Your best bet, honestly, if you've got half an hour free, go and do a bit more, some more steps, that kind of thing, or go and do some weighted stuff. You haven't got to worry about getting your heart rate incredibly high. We only
Okay.
get that really high to really, really help your long-term health, your heart, your cardiovascular system, that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. So for everyone on this
So-
call, go on.
How do when you asked us to put a number in, how do you?
What, on the call?
Yes.
I love that question. Are you on your phone or are you on your laptop?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, is there a chat button?
Can't see one.
Yeah,
No?
someone on their phone. I'm not sure if you know how to do this, but where you unmuted yourself, there might be a thing that says chat or message.
It's got an arrow and then no, it's gone.
But that's where you just press it and then it comes up. Maybe
Oh,
someone
right,
can help
okay.
you. Yeah, have you found it?
No.
Definitely a little bit of homework for you before next week's call, but
Yes. Yeah,
I love that
okay.
question. Little technology question, love it. Awesome work, guys. That brings me kind of to the end of the call. But if you've got any questions, put them in the Zoom chat now. Just looking at what Chloe said. It should come up at the bottom of your screen. But yeah, if you have any questions, guys, either put it in the chat now or forever hold your peace. If not, then put it in the WhatsApp chat. Thank you for listening. Have a good week. And any questions, feel free to ask. And peace out.